Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price. 2-minute drill on this Thursday. Overall impressions of an indoor practice today. Obviously, the sight lines for us and the media are a little different because we don't have as much room to maneuver. Will continue to beat the drum that John Campbell has changed his body just as much as anybody, not counting the freshmen, this offseason. He looks totally different from spring to fall camp.
You know, the biggest takeaway for me, indoor or outdoor, really, is you're seeing those newcomers who went through spring and the newcomers who didn't go through spring.
Sure.
And you can hear it from them as well. The guys who went through the actual practice are brimming with confidence. You know, they feel more comfortable. The guys who didn't, it's a bit of a challenge. You know, John Campbell, you mentioned, I thought Sham today did some nice things. You could tell the game seemed, just in drill work, things seemed to be a little slower for him, and he seems to be more comfortable with things. So that's something I've been looking for. Is like, who are some of these newcomers? You know, there's like, who wants to help? Who can play right away? It's interesting to see the true benefit of guys going through bowl practice, knowing, learning a little bit there, working, and get ready for spring practice, and then go through that. They've almost had 2 springs, when you think about it, Austin, before they ever hit fall camp, which I think is a big advantage for those guys.
You know, we talked about it in here in the complex when we got kicked out before we had the interviews. Ramel Keaton tape up some cleats and wear number 9, and he just looks like a different guy, moves around like a different guy. And I know he's not really, but I mean, at the same time, the illusion is there.
Well, but again, I think he is a guy that has a ton of confidence right now because he played last year and was successful. He's getting a little buzz, you know, from his teammates and around. He's not just a guy who is sort of stepping in for Cedric Tillman. He's a guy who's a leader. He's taken on a leadership role. He's got great chemistry with Joe Milton.
Sure he does.
And I think Joe's personality may rub off on Ramel a little bit, right? Joe carries himself with a swagger and a confidence. And, you know, Ramel always seems super shy and kind of reserved. He, you know, the tape and the change in number, he's got a different pep in his step for sure.
Then you look at Alec Ablin. We met with him after practice today. I think as a younger coach, he definitely benefits from having 2 older guys, in McCallan Castles and Jacob Warren, in that room. But it's still a really thin group. But if they can stay healthy, they can still be very productive.
Yeah, interesting group because you've got 2 veterans. One, Jacob Warren, who knows the offense as well as Alec Ablin.
2 seniors, 2 freshmen, and a bunch of walk-ons.
But then you've got McCallan Castles, who's physically there, but he's still trying to learn the offense. And then you've got Ethan Davis, who's trying to learn the offense and physically get there. And then you got Emmanuel Okoye, who's still trying to figure out just everything of life as a college student.
He's that baby deer out there.
Yeah,
you know?
he's just, you know, it's just the way he is right now. So an interesting room in terms of how you coach veterans and young guys and kind of mesh those together. I thought it was interesting, Ethan Davis saying afterwards, he's really leaning on Jacob Warren and Castles to help him have the right habits because he needs to have those right habits to play now. I think he knows he is counted and going to be counted on. He's got to get himself in that as far along as he can get in a short period of time. Very mature approach he's got right now.
Complete coverage up on the site. We've got observations. We've got the practice highlights, pictures, you name it. You can get it all right here. We are the standard in Tennessee coverage. He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price.